Howdy, folks. In today's episode, I'm talking to you all about an important 5 steps that I've not only learned in my own business journey, but also learned having coached hundreds of advisors since March of 2019. And in today's episode, I want to give you the most important things that you need to do to earn more, work less, and ultimately live your dream life. Because what other reason is there to be in business? Now, I can talk to you about Matt, who joined my coaching way back in 2019 and did £100,000 in his first 11 months. I can talk about Yashin, who achieved the same. I can talk about Robin, who hit 100 grand in 6 months because he was attracting ideal clients. You know, there are many people that I've worked with, and I've seen consistency in their mindset, their beliefs, their skills, their knowledge, their behaviors, their actions. And I want you to be able to achieve the same thing too. So you might have a goal, for example, of adding £10,000 per month, adding £15,000 per month, getting to a 7-figure business. But if you focus on the goal, you're doing the wrong thing, because that will constantly leave you stressed, frustrated, anxious, feeling like you're underperforming. Because what gets you to the goal is focusing on the behaviors. In the book, Atomic Habits, he talks about the fact that the goal is the activities that get you to the outcome that you want, not the actual outcome itself. So you've got to commit to the activities. You've got to focus on what you need to be doing in order to be able to achieve that goal. And in order to be able to achieve that goal, I've broken it down into 5 simple steps, 5 simple ways in which you can achieve your business outcome. Now, those 5 things are leads, we'll call it marketing, sales, strategy, systems, and team. Now, this process, this methodology, this system has evolved as my business has grown since March of 2019. I looked at what was working. We used to have vision, marketing, sales, team building. But the more and more I've been able to simplify the process, the faster my clients have been able to get the result. And I want to make sure that you are able to achieve everything that you want to achieve, because in order to be able to get to your goals, whatever they might well be, because your dream lifestyle is different to everybody else's. But if you look at it from a point of view that we all have a certain amount of lifestyle that we want to live, a certain amount of income we want to achieve, a certain way we want to spend our time. Some people are going to go for performance businesses. They're going to want to go for the absolute unicorn and go for 10, 20, 30 million pound. Now, I still believe that that is possible without a huge amount of sacrifice. It just might take you a little bit longer. If your priority and your only priority is money, and you perhaps got no kids, you're in your 20s, and you've got no other lifestyle commitments, you could go all in working 6-7-day weeks. You could perhaps work 15 to 20 hours per day if you really felt like it. But I can honestly tell you that since January of 2016, the realization for me is, yes, I did 12-hour days, 6-day weeks in 2016 because I had to make short-term sacrifice for long-term gain. But since March of 2017, I've worked a 4-day week. Since 2017, I've worked a 4-day week. Pretty much. I've been out networking. I've been out building the business. I've had a day a week to work on the business rather than in the business. And I believe that you can achieve the same too. You have to recruit people in order to be able to generate the time that you need to be able to focus on the higher value activities, which is bringing more leads into the business and increasing your sales. So when I now take clients through this journey, it's about making sure that we need to get the quickest win. The quickest win is to increase the number of leads, the number of inquiries, the number of prospects that are coming into your business. You can do that in a multitude of different ways. Yes, you can go out and try and attract new clients. You can do social media. You can do podcasts. You can do YouTube. You can create TikTok, Reels, and everything else. But if you're only converting 20% of your clients, what's happening to the other 8? How are you nurturing that relationship? Have you got emails in place? Have you got retargeting ads? These are key things within the leads and marketing. It's not just constantly about attracting new people, but it's engaging with the people and re-engaging with those people that you've already spoken to. Once you've then managed to increase that 20% conversion rate, or you've started to get not just the audience on social media, but you've started to collect name, number, email address, you've got a higher opportunity of converting more sales. And often what I find in sales is it's about sharpening the axe. More often than not, it's not about teaching you new things. It's about reminding you of the foundational principles. Going back to the discipline of sticking to the process, having the right conversations at the right time, pitching the protection when you need to, realizing that you are the service provider and the prospecting client is coming to you for an outcome in order to be able to achieve the result that they seek, the home, the mortgage, the remortgage, whatever it is, but making sure that you're breaking down your customer journey that helps them not only to achieve that, but gives you the opportunity to upsell, to improve your psychological skills when it comes to using emotion in your sales techniques, to make sure that you've broken down the sales process and that your team is following that robust sales process. Now, as you've then started to increase your leads and got an ROI on the sales that you're also, converting at a higher percentage, we can start to actually strategize the business. And you need to do this every 90 days. You need to have an annual target that you're working towards, but you're focusing on the weekly numbers in order to be able to hit that annual target. You're focusing on the daily activities of speaking to X number of people that will enable you to hit that yearly target. You need to track your leads, your sales, your conversions, your KPIs. You need to be looking at how you're focusing on tracking the sales of each of your individual advisors, or your weekly sales, your monthly goals, your quarterly targets, and you need to constantly reset your RAS. Your reticular activating system needs to be reset every 90 days. And you do that by taking some time off. You do that by sitting back, reflecting, looking at the past 11 weeks, and then setting a new destination for the next 90 days. You need to have that constant strategy, because things like the pandemic, things like a change in the government, increased energy prices, interest rates going up, all of that need you to readjust and relook at the strategy for your business in the next 90 days. And if you haven't got anyone that you're able to lean on in order to be able to ask that, then you're going to be stuck. That's why my Advisor Academy, my Pro Academy is so good, because people have got somebody they can lean on. There's someone they can ask. There's my team, there's me that can support them on that journey. The fourth one is systems. We're looking at systems constantly. You need to be able to leverage automation and tech to create more time, but also to reduce the cost in wages. You need a system to be able to delegate and let go effectively, so that you can pass tasks on to somebody else in your team, so that you have more time to invest into the leads and the sales, the networking, and what drives the business forward, to spend time on the business, not just in the business, focusing on the submission of the application. And therefore, once you've got better systems, which constantly need to be adjusted, the new person that you bring on, the systems need to be reworked. If you've now got 2 administrators rather than 1, you've got to realign and relook at the systems in terms of how you're delegating and structuring it. So that's where the final point is team. It's about culture. It's about leadership. This is more about developing you. The strategy, systems, and team is where you maximize profit. But this is where you develop more of your entrepreneurial skills, more of your leadership skills, making sure that the team are able to focus on the things that you need to focus on when you are not in the office, making sure that everybody is singing from the same hymn sheet, and that your culture is constantly being lived to, that your vision, mission, and values are being achieved. And that's why I think it comes back to 3 things in working through that 5-step process, that 5-step methodology of leads, sales, strategy, systems, and team. Comes back to number 1, your mindset, but also your beliefs, because it's your beliefs that are holding you back from being able to achieve your goals. When you believe it, you can achieve it. When you get this working in the right possible way, then you're able to start taking the daily consistent actions that you need to. Now, you may sit there and say, but I don't know what actions I need to take. I've never been to £1 million before. So how do I know what I need to do? Well, yes, you can get a coach or a mentor or someone who's there. But you need to, in order to be able to get to that next level, the only thing you need to develop from going from a £500,000 business or £100,000 business to 500,000, 500,000 to £1 million is your skills in marketing, sales, strategy, systems, and team, and your knowledge in leads, sales, strategy, systems, and team. You know, that is the thing. If you're not filling your cup with valuable skills and knowledge, then you're not growing. And if you don't have the mindset and the belief to put the time, energy, and effort into those skills and that knowledge, then you're not going to be able to achieve the outcome that you want. You're not going to be able to know the activities that you need to do on a daily basis in order to be able to get to that goal. Because once you've got the mindset and the belief, you're working on the skills and the knowledge, it then just becomes the behaviors and the actions that will get you there. So you start to focus on those behaviors. You start to do the things that you need to do, even when you don't want them. You make a commitment to just focusing on posting every single day, to assessing your ads once a week, to having 2 sales conversations every single day, 2 first appointments, whatever it is. You focus on the activities, you focus on the behaviors, you do the actions, and no matter what the time scale, I guarantee you will get the results. It's not about the goal. It's about the journey. You might have a goal to get to £1 million, but why not go to 10 million quid? If you don't have to sacrifice your life, if you're able to earn more and work less, then why wouldn't you? It's about the journey that you're about to embark upon. Everybody wants, or not everybody, that's a big generalization. A lot of people want super fast results. They want the quick wins. Well, actually, you've got to cut corners generally to get to those quick wins, but the outcome might not be what you want it to be, because more often than not, when you see somebody who is just handed money from parents, or they've got an inheritance, or they go and win the lottery, what happens? Because they've not gone through the journey of earning that wealth, managing that money, upskilling themselves and improving their knowledge, gaining the right mindset and the beliefs behind having that money in the first place, they go and squander it all. You know, if you go on this journey of saying, okay, we're going to go to £1 million next, you can do it in a way that doesn't sacrifice your time and your lifestyle if you do it over a 10-year period. You know, if you added £100,000 every single year for the next 10 years, you've got £1 million business. You can do it in a way that still gives you autonomy, time, freedom, and choice. And you can do it in a way without sacrificing time. But you're looking only, yes, you set a 12-month goal, but if your 12-month goal is to go from 100,000 to 200,000, then what skills and knowledge do you need? What mindset and beliefs do you need to have to achieve it? And what behaviors and actions do you need to do on a daily basis in order to be able to get there? Keep it simple, because simple scales, and enjoy the journey. So let me know, has that given you something to think about? Has that made complete and utter sense? Do you understand the 5 steps and the 5 principles within that methodology? This is literally how I'm building multiple businesses now. We go through, how do we get clients in on the front end? Great. Let's get that consistent and working. How do we now improve our sales for those leads? But not just that, maximize our conversion rate, add as many upsells as we possibly can. Make sure that we are getting customers in order to be able to get more customers, rather than getting customers to get sales. You know, we want customers in order to be able to make sure that we get referrals and recommendations. So sales is about gaining clients to get more sales. It's not about just getting one client. And as I spoke to you about on previous podcast episodes, you know, the 5 ways to realistically generate leads. So for any business that you're looking at, how do we get the ideal client into the business? How do we convert that ideal client? And how do we keep that ideal client and turn them into a raving fan that they keep coming back, but they also recommend friends and family and colleagues? You know, how do we set a strategy for the next 12 months and the next 90 days in order to be able to make sure that works and that you're able to continually grow the business? Where do you want to be in 12 months, 24, 36, 48, etc.? You know, what systems do we need in order to be able to automate the process and streamline our customer journey and improve on everything that we do? And then what team do we need in order to be able to create more time, provide the best level of customer service, to be able to let go in order to be able to grow, and to be able to delegate and elevate? You know, that is the vital step. You need to have all the right people in the right seats. You need to have the right culture. You all need to be aligned to the vision, mission, and values in order to be able to achieve your goals. So we have now Having been coaching since March of 2019, I closed my membership doors back in May 2021 because I wanted to focus on redefining and clearly aligning this 5-step methodology and making sure that, especially advisors, they understood exactly what they needed to do and the journey that they were about to embark upon. And I can make massive things happen in a 3-month period. But ultimately, you need to be looking at this journey as a 12, 24, 36 month, because some people are walkers, some people are runners, some are sprinters, and some are absolute lightning bolts. But the faster you try and achieve the outcome and the goals without focusing on the values, the beliefs, the behaviors, and the actions, the more challenges and problems you ultimately face. So having been on this journey of completely rebuilding what is our Pro Academy, many of my clients adding, 5 to 30 grand per month, working with me in an in-person basis, going to monthly events, I've now created this huge gap for advisors that are at the beginning of the journey, that have not invested in themselves, that don't have the skills or the knowledge to get to £100,000 or get to £200,000, that need to work on their mindset and their beliefs, that want to know what behaviors and actions that are going to take them from 50 grand to 100 grand, from 100 grand to 150 grand, to 150 to 200, so on and so forth, as we've spoken about. And that's why we've opened the doors to the Advisor Academy. The Advisor Academy, mastery.com. That is where my entry-level foundation program begins and starts in order for you to be able to understand the behaviors and actions that you need to follow. It's step-by-step with support, with guidance, with Facebook group. And I'd love to welcome you into it if you feel that you have the mindset that wants to improve the skill set. Then this is 100% for you. No matter whether you're a startup, no matter whether you've been going for a couple of years, if your income has plateaued, if you don't know how to add 5, 10, 15, 20K per month, then this is exactly where you need to be in order to be able to get more results. So I'll put a link in. You'll be able to click on it. You can go and have a read, and you can come and join us inside the Advisor Academy. I'm so excited to be working through these 5 steps to teach more advisors how to achieve it. My ultimate goal is to get you to a point where you're able to, earn back the investment as quick as possible. You can earn more, work less, live your dream lifestyle, and ultimately upgrade into the Pro Academy. That's what it's all about. So thanks very much indeed for tuning in. Thanks for listening in. I hope you found value in the 5-step process. If you want to learn more about the Advisor Academy, then you can send me a DM on any social media channels. You can check out the link in show notes and comments. But we would love to welcome you into the Advisor Academy so you can take your business, your mindset, your skill set, your behaviors, and your actions to the next level. Thanks very much indeed for tuning in. Remember, now's the time to become pro.